I'm Parker. I'm a student at Henderson County High School. I suffered from addiction. Started out smoking weed. I went to this party with my friend in Owensboro. This guy, he told me, he was like, do some of this. I thought it was cocaine. Turns out it was fentanyl. I overdosed that night and I ended up in a ditch, just passed out. I woke up, didn't know where I was, didn't know anything. Eventually I got home. I just couldn't stop thinking about what I did. It led on to me getting to know people that were selling it. Just any way I could get a hold of it. I stole money. I hurt people for it. I just couldn't stop. That's kind of where fentanyl led me. It was the worst of the worst. It just takes all your money, all your self-will, destroys you as a human. I'm just now gaining my self-respect back from everything that I've done. The lies that I told, selfish decisions I made. I had like a lot of real friends at school and everything, and I just pulled myself away from them because I wanted to get high and they wouldn't let me get high. I didn't want to do any schoolwork. I didn't even want to be at school. And I wouldn't talk to no one in the hall, nothing. I would just walk to my class, put my head down.
I got a call while I was at work that he had gotten in trouble at school. They didn't tell me the extent of everything. They just said he had some vapes and stuff on him.
As soon as the bell rings, two SAMS officers and a cop were at my door. I handed them my vapes, not thinking that they were gonna finish searching me or nothing. They fully searched my bag, called my mom up there.
We get back to my office and I'm just trying to make it through the day, get through work, and then deal with it later because at the time, I still didn't realize how serious it was. I took his phone from him and I was trying to make him do his schoolwork there. I thought he was doing his work and I looked over and I realized he had a second phone that I didn't know about. When I tried to get the second phone, that's when he got mad and ran.
I took like 4 or 5 Xanax, and then I probably had like 2 grams of fentanyl, 3 grams of fentanyl. I tried to overdose that night and die. My tolerance was so high at that point that I didn't overdose.
We found him down at the tennis courts. His friends, everybody was calling. He was evidently posting very horrible messages on social media. A bunch of people were calling me, and so we pinpointed his location with social media, and the cops found him, and I found him. The cops did finally get him to agree to go to the hospital. They drug screened him, but they didn't drug screen him for fentanyl. We got home and it got worse. Finally, his sister got there and she talked some reason into it. And we took him to my mom's for the night just to let everybody calm down and cool down. In the meantime, we're here working with Dale and Nicole at the Warm Center, trying to find a location to send him for treatment. So we found a place to take him and we just went and picked him up, didn't tell him we were taking him, and just loaded his stuff up and loaded him up and took him.
I started freaking out. I was calling my friends. I didn't know what to do. And eventually I found out that I was getting taken to rehab in Tennessee. An intake day at rehab, that was probably the scariest thing ever. I was getting checked in and everything. I was withdrawing at the same time. I was all cold. It wasn't fun. I would never wish that on anybody.
Even when we took him to rehab, we were not aware of the extent of the problem. We thought he'd be gone for, a few weeks, 30 days, be home, everything would be fine. He was probably there about a week before we knew how serious his issue with addiction was. I had listened to some experts in the field and they had told me from the things that we had told them, he was into more.
I was nervous, very nervous. I was in cabin 2 for the start of my stay. Towards the middle of my stay, I started ranking up and everything. I was getting up in the days and I would talk to the new people. I would help the new people out. I was very serious in my recovery and everything. I did everything every day as much as I could. I grew close with everyone in the cabin. 3/4 of my way through, I moved up to cabin 3. We're basically volunteer workers there almost, except we're still working on recovery and everything. It's basically like getting you ready for outside life. Before you know it, it's your day to leave. You're waking up early, you're getting everything packed up, saying goodbyes to all your friends. you make friends in rehab because you're all getting sober together, you're all dealing with your emotions and everything together. The day that I got out, everyone just like came up, gave me a hug and everything, and it was just like I didn't know what to do because I didn't know that people care about me like that. Addiction drew me away from all that. I don't have to worry about the next high. I don't have to worry about stealing, fighting, because I don't like doing none of that. Addiction really made me do all that. All my friends, my girlfriend, her family, my family, they all helped me so much.
The PAL group here has been just great for us to be able to go and meet with other parents that are going through the same thing that we were going through. Until somebody's been in the same situations that you're in, they don't know how to react. And it's just nice for somebody that's been there in that same kind of situation to be able to walk you through that. And it's nice to be able to see people on the other side and see people further in their journey. And then on the other end, now that there's newer people coming in, I'm able to offer that same support to them.
The challenges of addiction in outside life is really just like same places, same faces.
He gets mad at me all the time because he's like, Mom, I'm not using, I'm fine, I promise. Sometimes I don't know, is he just being a normal, stubborn teenager or is he using? There's no trust there, until you see a clean drug screen.
I feel like my depression and anxiety has been pretty bad because it's just so easy to go get that next fix. It just like fills my heart and it's like my whole body gets like heavy and like I don't want to be back getting tortured by addiction.
Recovery, isn't a straight line. It's something he's going to have to struggle with for the rest of his life. It's a battle every day to overcome the addiction. I just want parents to educate themselves. I just thought you would see the signs better. If you think your kid could be at risk, talk with somebody, talk with a parent who's been there because they know. There's other people that know, and there is hope out there. There's a lot of help and a lot of hope out there for people who are struggling with addiction. You just have to get connected with the right group of people so that you can get the help you need.